Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Hi there.
Oh, hey.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Want some chicken?
Oh, chicken here. Lots of chicken.
Oh,
So if you're a vegetarian and you just came across this, I'm so sorry. I do really apologize.
We do apologize, but, it's in theme.
It's Thanksgiving. And we're going to eat not turkey, but chicken. And that's what this is. Hello, and welcome. And speaking of Thanksgiving,
What?
you know what movie we're reviewing today?
I have no fucking idea.
It's Thanksgiving.
No fucking way.
It's Thanksgiving.
No.
That's the movie that we're
fucking
reviewing.
way.
This isn't even uploaded on Thanksgiving. This is probably going to be uploaded much later.
Thanksgiving is today.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
When we're recording this,
on
we're
Thanksgiving.
filming it on Thanksgiving, but this is releasing much later.
It's giving thanks.
It's giving thanks. and thank you for that. But hi, welcome to the Horror Herald. My name is Leo. This is Louis, and we review horror movies. That's what we do. That's what we love to do, and other stuff as well. Don't worry. And seriously, do not be scared.
Please stop worrying.
Don't worry. And today we're reviewing Thanksgiving, and we love to do that because this is a movie that we've been looking forward to.
Yep.
Haven't we? We've been looking forward to this movie for a while.
Yep.
There's been a lot of buzz. I mean, this was, if you don't know about the history of this movie, it was a short trailer that was played at the beginning of Death Proof, which is a Quentin Tarantino movie. Mm-hmm. It's like made beforehand. Like there's all these like different trailers for like pretend movies, and there's a lot of buzz around it. Been talks about making this into a movie for years, and that's what this is. This is Thanksgiving, the movie. Not the trailer. And and we're going to review it. But before we review it, there's a thing that we always do where we tell you our sponsor. Do not skip. Do not skip, because I guarantee you are not expecting what I'm about to say.
No
Guaranteed.
one has ever been sponsored by this company.
Yes. This is a balls to the walls, crazy thin, maybe, I don't know. But basically, our sponsor is, get ready for this. Our sponsor is, if I can remember, www.abrahamlincolntheaterreviews.weebly.com. That's right, abrahamlincolntheaterreviews.weebly.com. We got Abraham frickin' Lincoln, the president of the United States back when.
Currently.
He's still currently?
Yep.
I did not know that.
He never resigned.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Well, we got him back in time, went to his prime.
Uh-huh.
We took him out. I said, hey, buddy, let's show you some theater. Give me your reviews.
Uh-huh.
And that's what this
And
is.
he did. He really liked Waiting for Godot. Or Godot, what have you. Yeah,
Godot. Gal?
Yeah, Waiting for Gal. He really
Gal
liked that
Gadot.
one. He really liked Waiting for
Gal Gadot. He waited a long time for Gal Gadot outside the
He was
dressing
really
room.
smitten by Gal Gadot.
He's just outside going, hope Gal
Waiting
Gadot
for an
comes out.
autograph for
Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman. Anyway, that's that.
Yeah.
So scan it, have fun, check out some of his reviews.
Yep.
That may be good. But now we also have to do our news segment. Our news segment. Can you believe this?
I fucking can't believe it, Leo.
Yes. It's happening.
Press the button.
Oh,
This is
yes.
the second time doing this intro.
Ready? Yes, this is, we were trying to record with our good camera. It died on us.
Yeah.
So this is why we're using our old camera to get some nostalgia for you old-time fans. Remember this camera? I'm sure you remember this camera.
Look how grainy we are.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, this is this week's horror news, which is going to be old news by the time you see this.
Shut the...
Your mother. All right. Giancarlo Esposito stars in... I know there's a spelling mistake. There's a grammar mistake. Go away. Giancarlo Esposito stars in new apocalyptic thriller, Please Don't Feed the Children. Ooh!
Spooky!
It's a new horror movie, apocalyptic thriller from, would you guess it, Steven Spielberg's daughter.
Uh-oh.
That's right, Steven Spielberg's daughter's doing her directorial debut. It's starring Giancarlo Esposito, which is exciting, because this man, I did not know this, is also starring in the movie Maxine.
Yep.
Which, if you don't know, that's the end of the X-Pearl trilogy. Yep. What the heck? I didn't know that was an A24 horror movie. I'm excited to see that. But basically, it's going to be a psychological thriller
it's
going to be an elevated genre film, whatever that
Ooh,
means.
elevator.
Yeah, elevator genre. We love those movies. And it's going to be written by Paul Bertino.
F. Tompkins. Oh.
Don't know who that is. But basically, kind of the main premise of it. I'm so sorry. This
You're a bit quirky tonight.
I'm a bit quirky. Okay, so basically, the main premise of this is it's set after a viral outbreak which ravaged the country's adult population, and a group of orphans. Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, it killed all the adults?
Yeah, so
But he's an adult.
what does this mean?
Oh.
Is he the president?
de-aging?
What's going on here?
They're going to de-age a bunch
But
of
basically,
adults.
I'll repeat again. So it's set after a viral outbreak which ravaged the country's adult population, and a group of orphans head south in search of a new life, only to find themselves at the mercy of a deranged woman harboring a dangerous secret.
Oh, no, that's like me.
So that's what it is.
Okay.
That's interesting. It's I mean, Esposito is looking forward to doing it. Spielberg is the... See, I read this. It says Spielberg stated, but I know that's the daughter, not the... It's going to be weird to say that. What a world we live in.
What a world we live in.
No,
People can have daughters? That's crazy.
And they can be directors? That's crazy. No, but that's exciting.
Yeah.
It's all right news. It's nothing crazy. And we purposely made sure that the news isn't that... big.
We can talk about it at any time.
Because we want to talk about the big thing, which we're going to talk about. But anyway, basically, another thing is Krampus director teases sequel idea. So did you like Krampus? I've never seen it. Louis, you saw it.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. But we love the director.
Oh,
we love the director.
He did.
He did Trick or Treat.
He did.
Which is one of my favorite horror movies. Godzilla.
The second one.
The second one.
I did not like
which
that
was
one.
all right.
I didn't like it.
But yeah, he's
That's
great.
right.
And he's basically teased a story idea for a potential sequel. So if you want to see a sequel, here's the idea. Here it is. So the idea is this. It doesn't necessarily center around a family as much as it might be around a group of strangers who are trapped somewhere. That's it. That's the news. That's the news on that. And it's funny because this guy keeps on teasing sequels
For movies
that
he'll never do.
we'll never do. And it's like, come on, give me my Trick or Treat too. I'm sick of waiting. But he keeps on going, ooh, there's sequels.
Is it his fault or is it the
I don't
company's
know.
fault?
I don't know. Because I can't blame him with Trick or Treat because Trick or Treat was a straight to DVD release that gained a cult following.
Cult.
But, is there money there that I don't know, we can't blame him. But let's get to the actual news. Let's get to the real news. Okay, I'm putting my plate away for this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting
But
serious.
not the knife and fork. That's right.
Yep.
Stabby.
Let's show him the news.
You know why we're
bitch.
stabby? Because the news is this. Scream 7 is fucked. It's fucked in the arse.
You!
It's screwed over. What the fuck, Spyglass?
We did not feel comfortable doing this review without talking about this because we planned and we got tickets to this and we we're going to shooting and then we found out about this news. So we were like, except for just canceling the review, we're like, let's fucking talk about it.
Yeah.
And not just ignore what's fucking happening.
This is a big thing. This is probably going to be old news by the time you see this.
Yeah.
Hopefully it gets fucking resolved. I don't think it's going to get resolved.
No.
But basically, and we're going to talk about it, maybe you're sick to hearing it all the time because you're probably a horror fan and you're in this space and you know what we're talking about. But as you may know, the head actress for Scream 5, Scream 6, Melissa... How do you pronounce it? Barrera. I can't. Sometimes I just mess up the last name. Yeah. But Melissa Barrera was fired for basically her views of the Palestine-Israel conflict.
We won't get into that specifically.
Yeah.
Like the actual, whatever that's happening, but it's more talking about the scream of it all.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to talk about the conflict because
we're not smart enough.
Yeah, we don't know enough stuff. We don't want to be we don't want to get this being political. Yeah, we just think it sucks that she's fired because she isn't
wrong. In my opinion,
like the words that she was saying based on our view, and we're sorry if you disagree, whatever. Yeah. But I'll get it up. There's this is the quote, and we'll talk about this. And we don't want this to take up the whole entire video. It might be actually a large part. It may actually be a large portion because we don't have too much to say about the movie. I don't know. Yeah. But this, it's interesting. Basically, what she wrote. And this is why she got fired.
It was a series of Instagram stories
Yeah. And she was basically saying stuff like Gaza is currently being treated like a concentration camp, cornering everyone together with nowhere to go, no electricity, no water. People have learned nothing from our histories. And just like our histories, people still silently watching it all happen. This is a genocide and ethnic cleansing. Now, this was taken by a lot of people as being anti-Semitic, as being hate speech, as being...
Which isn't true.
Which... Based off that, I don't think she's saying anything like, Jews are awful or whatever.
It's using an example.
It's just saying that the treatment of these people is horrible. And she's talked about this.
She's called for a ceasefire. She's talked about on both sides. She's spoken about on Israel's point of view and Palestine's point of view.
Yeah.
She's been very open on both sides. But Spyglass just chose the specific and nitpicked and cherry-picked specific examples. They're just nitpicking, and there's a lot of theories that this just was an excuse to fire her. They chose this to get people outraged around her and go, let's just fire her because they wanted to get Neve Campbell back. Yeah. And they wanted to get the guy from Scream 3 back. The guy who was in this movie. They want to get him back as well.
Okay, wow.
And then because they think that Jenna Ortega was going to leave anyway.
Well, the news is that she's quit.
Yeah.
She's officially quit.
And there's a theory that she was already gone, and this just happened around the same time. And they were like, okay, let's find an excuse to fire Melissa around the time that Jenna's going to quit so we can have a reason to get Neve Campbell back. Because suspiciously, there's been rumors about the reboot that they're doing like 2 days after Melissa's been fired. Usually I would think like a week later they'd give rumors. Nope. And it's like, was this planned or was this actually their views? Mm-hmm. Either way, fuck off.
Yeah, it just seems like such a... it's super thin because like Melissa, like I don't want to get all political.
She's been very,
this channel isn't meant to be political. We're just meant to talk about horror movies and have fun. But she's saying she's just what I got from what she was saying is that it's not right how these people are being treated, no matter what their beliefs are, what side they're on. It's horrible down there, and it is. Yeah, it's completely horrible. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, at the same time, she's just going, "I'm pro not people dying." I really feel like that's what it is.
Fucking everyone is, except for a lot of people. But
and
still,
I just
it's embarrassing.
It's just a horrible situation, and to be fired off that, just off saying something like that, which is really not the worst thing ever. And then, there's been worse cases of people doing worse things. We don't want to get into that. Yeah. But there's actors and actresses who have been really shitty people, but they get off the hook. Yeah. But when it comes to this,
it just puts a bad name on the screen. It happened with Neve Campbell being fucked over, and now, like, are they going to expect Neve Campbell to come back? No. If she does, then sorry, Neve Campbell. I'm not going to fucking watch the movie if you come back now.
Yeah. We've talked about this, and this sucks because we're major Scream fans. Yeah, and we love Scream.
We came back because of Scream 5.
Yeah, Scream 5 brought us back to do this review, do these reviews, whether you like it or not. And hopefully you like it if you're watching this. But basically, and it sucks because this is like a franchise that we've loved so much. Yeah, it's a consistently fantastic franchise. And we've seriously sat down and we've considered, hey, we don't want to watch number 7
we're not going to this fucking behavior. 100% not going to review it.
Like,
we're not going to review Scream 7
unless there's a proper.
Right now, at this trajectory, we're not going to review Scream 7.
No,
we're not going to review it. If we watch it, that's a different thing in our own private
time.
And
I don't know, like watching it still feels a bit unethical because
same.
It's like we can't let this shit.
Right now, I don't think I'm going to watch it, but if stuff changes, then we'll see. Yeah. But like, we're definitely not going to review it.
Yeah,
100% not going to review that.
Unless
stuff changes.
Some stuff is made.
Unless Spyglass literally either sells the company or like. Not sells the company, but sells the rights, or they get them back and they find a way to bridge the gap.
And on that, we don't want to review any more Spyglass movies, do we?
That's why we want to bring this up, because this movie was produced by Spyglass, and we realized we didn't know this was happening. We already were planning to do this review, but except for just canceling it because we went to the movie, we saw the movie, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm. So.
We just wanted to talk about it. Going forward, we will not be reviewing.
Because we already planned this. We already bought the tickets. We already got it, whatever. So we have to do it.
And we didn't want to be silent on the matter because I didn't want to just make a video just talking about it. Because we may as well just talk about it now and get that out there.
And we're also just saying with this review, we're going to tell you our thoughts, but we're not going to promote it.
We're not going to tell you to watch it.
Don't watch it.
Don't watch this movie.
We're going to tell you our basic thoughts. Yeah. And you're going to, We also do keep in mind, our thoughts are not being influenced by how much we don't like Spyglass at the moment.
No.
Like, if I'm saying stuff negative about this film, it's because of the film.
Yeah, because
it's not because
these
of the
people
production
had
company.
nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
They just produced the movie. The creatives in it had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
So we want to review the movie, but know that we aren't promoting Spyglass. We are having no involvement in Spyglass. We want Spyglass to put their Spyglass up their own asses. Fuck you, Spyglass.
Anyway, it's a shitty situation, and I hate that this video is a bit down because of it. But basically, we just want to do that disclaimer before we get on to the rest of the review.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get to the review right now. Thank you for sitting through that. And shitty situation. Tell us what you think about it in the comments. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't get too political because we're not trying to be political.
Not about the war, just about the treatment of Sam. It's not Sam. What's her name?
Melissa.
Fuck. We're gonna watch the hell out of the because she's gonna do that monster movie with the other guys.
We're buying tickets.
We're gonna watch the hell out of the movie. We're gonna watch it 5 times.
We're gonna buy all the tickets.
Buy every ticket.
We're gonna send just straight money to Melissa.
Yeah.
Just sounds like we're simping, but no, we're just saying that.
Yes.
It's brave to do that kind of stuff. So.
And for people who are saying that this is the best thing that has happened for Scream because they didn't like the character of Sam, this isn't about the character of Sam. This is about an actress losing a job because of a terrible situation. So fuck you. I saw that. I saw people saying that. Fuck you.
She's a great. I loved it.
I loved her,
Sam,
especially in Scream 6. I think Scream 6 made her amazing. Anyway, Jenna Ortega.
Jenna Ortega's great as well. So like,
we don't
also
officially know why, and hopefully.
it says because of the Wednesday.
Pretty convenient.
Unable to do it because of Wednesday stuff, and like we were expecting that, and this was a long time coming, but it's kind of sad. Hopefully that's basically it's the end. It's the end of that.
It's the end of Scream. It is the end of Scream.
Of the entire franchise.
Oh, for me.
Oh, really?
Well, like if they make Scream 7 with how this is going right now, I'm not gonna watch it.
That's sad.
Scream ended
until it's another production company or whatever.
Yep.
It's sad, and these characters are cool. I like these characters,
and it's a different thing from Neve Campbell leaving because Neve Campbell, it was money, but she did not have any bad faith towards Scream.
Yeah, and she was like, okay, it was a respectful decision.
Yeah, and
she was like,
she was okay with the directors, the cast. She obviously talked with the cast, said it was okay. It's just a money thing, and that's fuck you, Spyglass as well for that. But like, it is not as bad as this. I'm not saying that it's not bad, but I feel like this is more of a boycott than the other one.
Yeah.
And also, if they fucking fired, sorry, this is going long. If they fired Sam because they wanted Neve Campbell back to get the series going again, Scream 6 was the highest grossing Scream movie of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
At least opening weekend, I think. But I think it's the highest grossing. And they did that without Neve Campbell. So if that was your decision to do it, to make the franchise again with Neve Campbell and fire the others because Jenna was going and we didn't want to do a movie without just one person, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Anyway, Thanksgiving.
So when we do that, let's go to our different angles that we always do. And 3, 2, 1.
Has no one in this family seen a chicken?
Hi there. Hi, this is our new angles. We're about to review Thanksgiving.
It's giving
thanks.
It's giving thanks.
Is it giving thanks? I'm about to tell you.
You're about to find fucking out.
Yeah.
You're about to find fucking out.
No,
okay?
They said that in the movie. They said something like, find out. You gotta find out.
You fuck around, you find out.
Find out. Fuck around, you find out.
Fuck around, you find out.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Yo. So hi there. So now we're going to give you our review. But before we do that.
Before we
do that, we give our kind of like overall thoughts.
Non-spoiler.
Okay? So Louis, what is your non-spoiler overall thoughts
of Thanksgiving?
Of Thanksgiving.
Let me give you a little prefix. I don't like slasher movies very much. I think most of them are very boring. They're not my favorite subgenre. And I'm actually studying them a bit more because I want to dive deep into like what the subgenre is. So this movie being a slasher, I thought it was okay.
Right.
I'm going to be middle of the road. I thought it was okay. Leaning a bit more to boring. I thought most of this movie wasn't scary. I was not thrilled at all. Not thrilled. Like I was like, there was not much suspense in this movie. I would say it's a beginning slasher if it wasn't for the gore. I would say the gore makes it a bit more than it would be. if that gore was like more like PG-13 gore, this movie would be so fucking boring.
Yeah.
This movie had nothing really going for it other than the gore. Like, this movie like shows me the definition of like the only reason why I watch slasher movies is because the practical effects are okay. It's like the story was middling. The actual characters were all right. There were some singular ones that were pretty epic, but other than that,
we'll get to that. Yeah,
it was okay. What about you?
I love slasher movies. They are my bread and butter. I love them so much. Favorite franchise is Halloween. Scream is another franchise I love.
Scream is my favorite franchise.
Yeah, I know.
But behind that is The Conjuring, Insidious, Paranormal Activity.
I prefer my slashers over my paranormal movies. Although a good paranormal movie is better than sometimes a good slasher. However, I'm a slasher boy. Yeah. Half my DVDs are just slasher movies. Yeah. But so I went in here, wanting that good stuff, the good gush, and it happened. This movie happened. It was alright. Same kind of thing. Even though I wasn't that big of a fan of the gore, like I thought it was. I don't like using the word mid, but it was
That's
like
why I used middling.
The kills just was. Even the effects kind of. I'll get to that.
I'll get to that as well.
But it was okay. It was like, how can we do the cliches? How can we do all the kind of like the high school cliches, the whole kind of horror cliches, and just make like that. Like, it's like, how can we make this short idea, this trailer idea, into like a bigger movie without actually making it kind of an interesting movie? Yeah. It was like, we got to have all those cliches. We got to do all of that, and that's what this movie is. Yeah. And it just didn't do anything for me. Yeah. I thought it was okay. Like I don't know. I don't want to say we'll get into it in the review.
It kind of just reinforces the idea of like the only good slasher movie is its gore. Because like a lot of people go like, a slasher movie, that's just a gore movie. I'm like, no, some movies have good story. Like there's some like really great ones like Halloween and Scream. That's so good. And Texas Chainsaw. And this one comes out. I'm like, fuck.
It's just a slasher movie. And that's it. Like there's no interesting angle, I don't think, or that I can remember. Yeah. It just kind of like, it's set on Thanksgiving, which is kind of cool. Yeah. But we'll get to that. Look, we're saying too much. The point is the movie's all right.
Okay.
It's all right. It's all right. And even for a slasher fan, I just came out going, nah. Yeah. Anyway, that's that. So now for the actual movie. Now, before we go to our negatives, we always do our positives. That's what we do.
Our positives.
We start on a positive note. Yeah. Now, do you want me to start off, or do you want to start off? How do you feel?
I feel like I always start off, so you start off.
Okay, I'll start off. Okay. Cool concept. I like it being set on Thanksgiving, and I think the ideas of it work a lot more than the movie itself, and that's how it is a lot. I've found when watching these horror movies these days is that the idea, it's cool, and I'm sure this is just how it is with every kind of movie that turns out not so great. Is that I like the idea of making fun of Black Friday and having that be like an intense opening scene. I'll get to my thoughts on that later, and I like the idea of making a killer. Making it about Thanksgiving, because that's a day that I don't think is explored too much in horror, but that's some basic concepts as well. Like that's nothing extremely interesting, but I like the idea, and I like the I think there's a cool concept there about like we need to be grateful for things and we need to be thankful for things. They don't really explore
and not
be
greedy.
We don't really explore it, and it's making fun of like American consumerism, but not really. Yeah. Like these are ideas that could be cool. Yeah. But it's like actually, it's
just saying it isn't enough. Just going like, "Hey, this is bad."
Yeah, but
thanks, man.
I mean, they kind of touched on so many more things. But anyway, we're talking about the positives now.
Yeah, positives.
It's a cool idea, and I think that it's a cool concept, and what a great setting for a horror movie. I mean, I like the. I
think the opening is also very good. I'll do one of my positives. I think the opening is where it really goes like with like this. It's the through line throughout the whole movie, but the opening is like, oh, this movie could be so good because it has like the themes of the movie are more shown and not told in this part.
Sure.
It feels like it's showing what's happening. It's showing the consumerism, but it's showing like the Thanksgiving theme, and it feels more of like a Black Friday movie than a Thanksgiving movie. But
I mean,
they're kind of in the same at this point in this capitalistic society.
Yo, we live
Yo,
in a
we live in a
society,
society.
man.
We live in a fucking society.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
We do. We do. Thank you, Joaquin. Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin
Anyway,
Phoenix,
but it's. I mean, I gotta talk about. I mean, I didn't. I felt mixed about the opening personally.
I just thought it was okay.
I thought the idea of it was really cool, and I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
At points. However, I don't want to get into the negatives because, well, but since we're on the topic, I might as well talk about it. I just felt like it wasn't as chaotic as it wanted to seem. Yeah. Like it was very clear that some people were just like hitting stuff randomly, and it just felt really cheesy and bad. And it could have been cooler if it was like if they made it actually scary, but that's not what this movie is. Yeah. This movie is like a comedy horror, as like it kind of is because it has a lot of comedy in it. Maybe not comedy horror, but it's like a
you
fun.
Can have comedy.
It's campy.
Yeah.
And listen, I like parts of it. I like, things being intense and people like getting their like neck cut on the glass, and then the end with the like shooting of the gun. That was cool.
It kind of felt like choose a tone. Because like the intensity of like, oh my God, her hair's been ripped, and like, oh my God, the guy's neck. And then it was kind of like this woman going, hey, bitch, get out of here. It was kind of like, what am I meant to feel right now?
Yeah.
Is that the point? I don't know. But anyway, we're in positives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but like like it was enjoyable, and it's like this is such an interesting way to start off the movie, because I do think I was sitting there going like, oh, this is weird for like an opening scene. Like this.
I was not expecting this.
It doesn't feel
it opens like a Halloween.
slasher.
It opens like Halloween with the like POV.
Oh yeah. That bit was alright.
Yeah, and I'm just saying it's fun.
No, but I think that is a cool kind of, and it is kind of tense, the idea of all these people like gonna go in there and smash it open
before.
But it just made me go like, oh, I don't fucking like anyone, they can all die, I don't give a shit.
But the thing is, like, I've seen that before in movies. I've seen that being done in other movies.
But it also did start off on like a bad note as well, because like I did not like the teenagers how they were introduced.
Oh no, yeah, I absolutely hated.
You grew to like them a little bit more, which some of them, but none of them really. But
and I kind of
I'll get to that.
And I don't like the idea of like you make bad characters so you can kill them easier. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Make them likable.
Yeah, I feel like this movie, it was trying to be a fun kind of campy, like parody of the genre, but it didn't want to be a horror movie, but it was a horror movie.
Bland in the execution of it. Yeah. That it was like,
we're on positives, we can't do this. We're on positives.
Okay, I thought the acting was mostly okay.
Yes, that's acting. I wrote this down. Not the worst acting.
We did it. We did good acting. We did it.
I was surprised. I mean, Addison Rae was in it. TikToker.
Which one was she?
The
girlfriend
of the main kind of like jock guy.
Okay.
Who loves football.
I had no idea. I know the name.
She's like a big famous TikToker.
No, yeah, I know the name.
She wasn't the worst.
No.
That's kind of crazy.
I had no idea. She did fine.
I wasn't expecting her to be... I wasn't her to be like, whatever. I don't want to give any positives to her. She was okay. She was there. But yeah, not the worst acting from everyone.
I had no idea.
It's typical acting. Yeah. Not typical. I don't want to say typical.
Guys. You did a movie.
But I don't want to say typical, but it was decent acting. Yeah. With the fun campy
source
material.
The sheriff was good. I feel like the main actress, she did her job very well.
Yeah.
The woman who dies at the beginning, she was kind of a good, like, I thought she was going to be the main character, but then it was like, oh no, she died. I was like, so that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
The character that gets completely sidelined in this movie, like the husband of the woman who dies at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like he was very good. Gets kind of shoved off, but that's fine.
I liked him because he's from Supernatural.
Yeah,
so I was like, but I expected more from him.
Positives.
Because he seemed like the main guy.
Yeah.
Like not the villain, but he seemed like he was going to be a main character when he was like, the manager of the store and whatever. Yeah, but he really wasn't.
Just fucks off. Anyway, positives.
Okay, so I'll go to one. On the topic of characters, Marty was a great character. Was it Marty?
Who?
Marty's Party.
Oh, the dude, the gun owner guy.
The older dude with the guns.
Yeah.
Is his name Marty?
I don't know.
I think his name is Marty. The older dude who's like giving guns and like he's not a good person.
He's not a good person, but he grows to be like he has a conscience.
Yeah, and he seems like a nice guy.
That's what I mean. Is like you can have bad people, but have like them be kind of okay.
Yeah, and he was like my favorite character of it because he was like he seemed like a bad person, but then he like kind of grew to be just a nice.
He's thoughtful, And he does sell alcohol to teens and sell guns and stuff, but like he has a conscience. He like feels bad. He wants this woman to be safe.
Yeah, and and he was kind of funny, and he's a music nerd and whatever. He was a cool character. I like that. And on the kind of talk about funny, while we're talking about funny, I thought the comedy was decent.
The comedy had really great scenes.
Yeah.
Had really great little, like when I think my favorite scene of this movie was after the Addison Rae and the jock get fucked off, and it's just the scene of like her like getting the jacket put on and the guy pulls off the jacket. But that was very funny. Like no one else laughed. I think I was the only one laughing because it was just like, oh my god, thanks. Like because Bobby, the one who ghosts her, because he breaks the arm, puts a jacket on her. She's like, oh, thanks. And she walks to her actual boyfriend, and he goes like, and he gives her a hug, pushes the jacket off. And I was the only one laughing.
I didn't notice it because I think I was talking to you or something.
Yeah, it was just such physical comedy.
Yeah.
And when the guy is like giving the speech, and he wipes his tears, and he has like abs.
Yeah,
it was
like,
so funny. Like that stuff is like actually funny.
Yeah, and then I think our favorite line is when the Russian dad or the Slavic dad or some kind of dad, he was getting his daughter, and he's like, get into the Mercedes.
I literally wrote comedy at points was hilarious in brackets. Get in the Mercedes.
He's like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get into a Mercedes? And it was just
get in the Mercedes.
It's just really funny. But it was those little kind of moments that made the film really entertaining. Yeah. And I will say with this film. Actually, you go to a positive.
No,
I've
you
been
go.
talking too much.
I said my comedy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, like I think the pacing was decent with this movie. I think.
Yeah.
I think, and it seemed like it was like a decently fun time throughout. Like I didn't. While I didn't love this movie, I didn't have any moment where I was like, oh, I just want this movie to be over. No. Like I still was like. I'm still going to watch it. There's no point where I'm like really freaking bored. No. But I still didn't think it was the most amazing movie.
No.
But it was a decent pace, and it had its little funny moments in between. Like, and the characters, they grew on me, but they still weren't fantastic. They grew on me a little bit, like that jock dude. But that was, I don't know. But
you can't play football by yourself. Watch me.
Yeah, it's like little moments that make you like these characters a little bit more than you would have. But do you have anything else?
Tried.
Do you have anything else you want to say?
I kind of said the gore was mostly practical, and that is fun. And it just makes the scares more memorable, because without the gore, the scares would be so boring.
Yeah.
So the gore kind of goes like, oh, a shock of like the woman getting crushed, and it's like the gore comes out. I'm like, hey, that's interesting. And like her sitting on like the star sign. I was like, hey, that's practical. And I feel like I like how most of it was practical.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it was practically done, and that was fun.
I guess
the
so.
The trampoline scene was okay.
I liked that scene.
Yeah, it was
That's
fine.
the scene that I really liked. However, I just don't I'll get to it in the negatives.
Yeah.
But I just wish there was more scenes like that.
Yeah.
Or I wish they took their time with that scene, because that scene is the iconic scene from the trailer. If you watch the trailer, I'm pretty sure that's like the scene.
Yeah.
That's like the main kind of scary scene.
Yeah.
And it just happened by really fast.
Yeah.
Even though it was such a cool concept of like, you don't step on the knife. To go through, I feel like that could be a really cool thing, but I didn't do anything with that. But basically,
that's all I have.
The gore, I mean, it felt low budget to me. Like, I felt like they spent more money on getting the good cast and like putting it into it. But I know when I mean low budget, sorry, that sounds rude.
Yeah,
it's not low budget, but to me, it didn't feel creative, and I think that's just down.
It just felt like gore.
Like, it felt like, we'll put, like, when like the scout was pulled off, like it wasn't the most grotesque. Like, they didn't take their time with it, I think, but I don't know. It didn't fully work for me, but at the same time, it didn't not work for me. I don't know what I'm saying.
I want to take my jacket off. It's getting too hot.
It is getting hot
here.
We're being steamed out like this chicken. Just so you know, we are inside the oven right now.
We're
of
inside
the masked killer from Thanksgiving. He's left the oven. He's talking now to... I was about to say Guy Fawkes. Not Guy Fawkes. What's his name?
Guy Fieri?
No, the guy who's the killer. What's his name?
John Carver.
John Carver. Yeah, I think it's meant to be John Carter, but they changed it to John Carver. Or is his name always John Carver? Anyway,
I have no idea.
Americans, let us know. Okay, so, but yeah, I mean, listen, the movie was alright. I guess it's a horror movie.
Okay, anyway, negatives, which I have
sorry, it
much
wasn't low
more
budget,
of.
because some of those faces...
the
molds for the cut off heads. That was great. So I don't mean to shit on it.
I think I know what you mean. You don't mean low budget, but you mean like they kind of feel the samey. They kind of feel just like not creative in its gore. It just felt like, oh, they get cut up and there's a lot of gore, and it's like, oh, cool.
Yeah. No, sorry. It wasn't low budget. Scrap that. It was good.
Scratch that. Reverse it.
That's it for my negative. For positives.
Positives. Do you want to go into my negatives?
Go and start us off with the negatives.
It wasn't scary.
No.
I have this thing with, okay, let me preface this. With me, when I see a slasher movie and they have suspense, my brain is just like, what? The killer's going to jump out. Like, my brain is like, it's going to be Ghostface or it's going to be Michael. Like, that's not scary to me. It's like, oh, it's going to be this guy. He's going to jump out with a knife and stab her. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
So, it depends on how it's executed. Like, the beginning of, like, Halloween does it well with the shadows and the suspense. This movie, the lighting is so bright and there's so much light that I'm like, I see the guy. There's no kind of like, oh, he's mysterious. It's like, he's full daylight. And I'm like, hey, it's just a guy with a knife. Am I just desensitized or something? I don't know. And why I like supernatural horror so much is like anything could jump out. Anything. So my brain is thinking of like, what could it be? Is it going to be a clown? Is it going to be the Crooked Man? It's like anything is the imagination. So with slashes, I'm literally just like, oh, suspense. Okay, he's going to jump out. Sick, sure. Bruv. Wasn't scary. It had gore and thrills, but didn't feel suspenseful or fearful at all. I had no fear in this movie. There was no times where I was like feeling suspense. I was kind of just like, hey, that's pretty sick. Because they had a girl with her tummy open. Tummy? Yep. Tummy.
It's I think it's turmeric.
Turmeric?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Turmeric.
Oh, Alan Tudyk. Sorry. I was thinking of Alan Tudyk. You know, yeah, him. You know him, Alan Tudyk?
Brazil?
Yeah. What?
I don't know.
Anyway, this movie wasn't scary.
Yep. Yeah. Sure. I guess. Yeah.
Like when I say scary, I mean like I feel fear.
Yeah. I guess. Like I wasn't expecting to be scared because. Like I think it knew what it was. Movie. It knew what it was. Like it's gonna be a slasher. It's gonna be a campy slasher movie. But and like, I feel like that sucks because it's like do something.
Yeah. If it's not scary, then it has to have something else in there.
Yeah.
But it had nothing else. So I just wasn't scary.
Yeah, I just feel like this director was like, let's just make a slasher movie.
The director,
but instead of going like, let's make something that's scary and actually like.
I read a thing about the director said like he was asked to make this movie so much he was like, fine, I'll make it. So I felt like this movie was just like, fine, I'll do this movie, and it was like that was his whole motivation.
Yeah.
So I'm hungry.
I wonder why he teased the sequel at the end. Was that Spyglass is doing? Anyway, but okay, yeah, I agree. It wasn't scary really at all. Yeah, Louis gonna eat chicken while I talk about a negative from me. Yeah, and yeah, to me it just felt pretty bland, to be honest, which is a shame because I mean I was somewhat hyped for it. It did kind of like the kills. I agree were kind of bland. Were kind of like bland, not super scary. My favorite kill was that trampoline jumping one. But that's because it was from the trailer, and I was excited. Like when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, Louis, this is from the Quentin Tarantino movie," and it just, yeah. I mean, they're not the worst kills. I mean, there was some interesting stuff with the oven, and I guess
that scene dragged out so much.
Yeah,
it was like, oh, scary, and then I was like, let me guess, she's gonna get killed at the end. And she's not going to kill the killer. And even though there were so many spaces and scenarios where she could have killed the killer or could have done something, I don't know, make it thrilling. Make her fight the killer and not just go, I'm scared.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, to me, I just felt like this movie overall was pretty bland. Yeah. But that's not like a distinctive negative. I'll get to a distinctive. Good chicken. I'll get to. I'm so sorry, vegetarians.
I'm going to be like you last video in the FNAF video where we were just drinking Coke when I was talking.
I'm just going to go through more negatives and he's just going to comment on them. He's just going to be like, yeah, okay, well, eating the chicken. I didn't like how a lot of these characters are written, and like this may just be me, but I didn't love like the overuse of just swearing and rudeness. Yeah. It didn't. Like, I know, apparently it's like an Eli Roth thing to do, but it just felt, like, unnecessary. Like, I think swearing can be funny if it's, like, minimal. Like, we've talked about this.
For me, swearing is the funniest when it's censored.
Yeah. Or, like, it just happens, like, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But, like, when you have people swearing all the freaking time, it's not funny. Like, there's a moment where, like, this was just such a weird moment, where two guys are, like, driving their car, and they stopped, and they said, fuck you. Yeah. And then kept on driving, and that had nothing contributing to the plot at all. It was just that.
The only reason why I was there was to show that he's a new guy and he didn't like the town or something. And then that character,
I guess. Was that it?
Yeah, because before they were like, "Oh, how was he?" He was like, "Oh, he's interesting," because he's a new guy in the town. Did that character do anything in the rest of the movie? No.
Yeah. I just didn't love the overuse of it. Like, it was, some bits were kind of funny, like in the opening when they were like going like, damn you, let us in. But like, it just overall just, I didn't love that like dialogue, that overuse of swearing. I this isn't like a religious Christian channel. Oh, sorry, did I just say that? But this isn't like a, we don't like swearing channel, but we swear all the time.
We like Saw.
We say frick.
We say fuck knuckle.
Hey! Hey! We swear sometimes. We say
fuck off. Anyway, what else do you want to talk about?
Okay.
It's a thing in this movie is where there's just swearing.
A lot of swearing.
I don't think it really helped. This movie.
It's not fantastic. I just feel like it's just too much.
Too much.
Like, it can be funny, but it wasn't. Do you want to go to your thing or my thing?
I'll go to Jules' the swearing thing.
Yes.
The killer wasn't that threatening to me and was pretty out of the open and didn't seem that intimidating.
Sure.
The killer was like in a fully lit room with an axe, and how he runs, like he does a little jump.
I thought it was
like that.
I thought it was cool.
It was just very funny.
I liked it.
It was just like, and like, especially in like the school, I did not find him intimidating or scary or anything. He was just a guy with an axe swinging around. The costume and stuff is cool.
I liked
It's just
it.
how he was shot for me. He wasn't scary or intimidating.
I don't know.
Like,
I thought it was cool.
Yeah. Okay. You have a crush on him or something?
No. But I just thought, okay, yeah, I get you. He wasn't the most, and like, yeah, he was. I guess he just wasn't that kind of like traditionally scary because like he used guns and crap, and I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Like
darts, blow darts and grenades and stuff, and I was like, oh, okay. I guess it's like a modern take on the slasher villain, which is kind of cool. Yeah. But yeah, I guess he wasn't the scariest guy. Yeah. And I did like when he burnt his mask, though. That was kind of cool, but...
It kind of came out of nowhere. He just burned his mask. It was like, oh, okay. And then he got a new one.
Yeah.
It was like, okay.
That was weird.
What was this about?
But I thought it was a cool mask. I thought it when it was burnt.
It looked like Shakespeare.
Yeah, I know. But doesn't mean it can't be cool.
No, yeah. It was fine.
Okay. No, but yeah, I get what you're saying. And I will say that, yeah, the film didn't like... Because with Michael Myers, for example, the way that he's directed... And the way that like light falls on him and the way he's in the darkness makes him scary. Yeah. This film didn't try that. No. They just thought, let's get him in a costume. Yeah. Let's make him run around with a weapon. Yeah. So I get what you're saying. Yeah.
And, so it's the stunt guy they gave him was like kind of skinny and kind of scrawny. And I was just like,
I wonder if that's the actor. I wonder if that's the dude because I wouldn't be surprised. That's one of my
negatives of just like he did not look like him.
Sure.
In my opinion.
Sure. I mean, I didn't notice that, but yeah, if you notice that, yeah, by all means. I mean, it's still, that's why it's complexing because like, what is this movie trying to be? Is it trying to be a scary movie? Is it trying to be a slasher? Is it just trying to be a comedy pastiche? Whatever. Like I don't.
What do you think? What do you think?
Mia, the disembodied voice.
What do you think this movie is trying to be?
I think that Hollywood is trying to make a thing happen where there is a celebration, like every American celebration, there's going to be a slasher event on it. Or just like every celebration in general. So like we have like Halloween.
There's Uncle Sam as well.
Yeah, right. So we got Halloween, we got Thanksgiving, there's gonna be Christmas, there's gonna be Easter, there's gonna be Hanukkah, there's gonna be Kwanzaa. Yeah, it's a deep cut. Yeah. They're gonna deep cut. Sorry to all the people who actually celebrate Kwanzaa. Yeah, they're gonna do one for all of them. And I think that's what this movie is trying to achieve. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was Mia, the disembodied voice.
That was like, wow, yeah, that was good.
Did you like the movie?
I fucking hated the movie. I thought it was shit.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
That's a strong opinion.
Damn.
Like you gave kind of like a positive vibe. We're like,
thank God we left them till our negative section because we were talking about positives and then we were like, hey, what did you think? And then
look at my positives. It ends there. In my notes, and then all the rest of it.
Yeah, I got nothing good to say about it besides the fact that I thought it was really based when I do comms. I thought it was really based when the guy turned away those like teenagers from his party because they didn't know who Black Sabbath was. I was literally about to turn to Leo in the cinema and say, if I were him, I would turn them away. And then he literally just did that. And I was like,
yeah, but isn't that kind of gatekeeping that they'll never actually know what Black Sabbath is if you keep them away from it?
Yeah, well, they should have just been cultured in the first place.
That's true. That's a fair point. Also, that's another positive. I like the nerd guy who's like buff.
The guy, the
little keeping people out with the sunglasses.
Yeah, the small dude.
Yeah.
There was another small dude.
There's also. I'll get to
They have multiple small dudes.
Small dude representation. If you're like under 6 foot, it's
We'd love to see it.
I'm going to go to one of my other negatives.
Sure.
Some characters from the beginning just fucking disappear.
Yeah.
Like the husband to the woman who gets killed at the beginning, he becomes a red herring, but does nothing other than that, even though he is driving force in the beginning. Like when they said it could be one of the characters, when they say it could be the killer, one of the characters could be a killer, I immediately write them off because the movie wants you to think they're suspicious, but it doesn't work. And now they're just not in the movie anymore. Because their movie is just like, oh, it could be them. So they're not in the movie so they can have scenes with the killer. And they go like, oh, because that character wasn't in that scene, he might be the killer. But it's not obvious because the movie won't just tell you who it is. So now this movie just has characters that are off screen who could be really cool. And the movie's just like, nah, leave them offside. And then now we just don't have interesting development, like the husband who wants to fight against the corporation. He's just gone.
Yeah, he seemed like he was going to be like
he's
a main
on the TV,
character.
and then he does that little riot. He puts the mask on, and he's like, "Oh, fuck you, stop!" And then he just leaves the rest of the movie. And then we got the two short guys.
Did he die?
No, he just got shoved off, and then that's it. The two short guys in the movie for 5 minutes. Now they're gone.
Yeah, what does that say about our society? That short guys aren't there for that long. Like, what does that mean?
Yeah. And then I have a continuation. And so I'm not really fussed about who the killer is. Because the movie is like, it could be this guy, it could be this guy, it could be this guy. So my brain is so busy going, it's not that guy because the movie told me to. It's not that guy because the movie told me to. So every time there's a scene with the killer, my brain is like, the movie's trying to tell me it's so many people. I just don't care.
Yeah. And it just so happened to be like probably the most famous actor on the set.
Yeah, it's
to be the killer.
So obvious. Like nearing the end of the movie, I was like, it's that guy. And then when it happened, I was like, who else could it fucking be?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't necessarily at the start think it was him.
Same.
I thought they wouldn't do that.
It got to like the middle end where I was like,
Yeah. It got to like when he was locked the door.
Yeah.
And said, I want to kill you. That I was like, oh, it's got to be him. I knew then.
Yeah.
I predicted. I predicted that the moment he said, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Yeah.
It may just be him. And that's... And I was on the money. I was on the money.
It took me until when I noticed that, I was like, oh, wait, he's not in any... Because when he was on the floor, like, and she got the gun off him, and he was, like, on the floor, it kind of looked the blood was, like, fake or something. And I was like, why is there got dirt on him? And I was like, that's suspicious. No one knocked him out. Why would the killer run here?
That's on my negative.
And then he... Also, how did he get there and get changed?
Can I just quickly say that's a negative. It's like, how? I'm very confused. What?
Yeah.
Because it felt like, how did the killer, like, I guess maybe the killer ran back, drove around, and then stopped it and pretended it was a crash or something. But I was just very confused because I felt like, oh,
she cracked her ankle.
I know she cracked her ankle, but it's like, damn.
Also, how did she know to walk there?
Yeah, I felt like this movie didn't give us any moments where we could like go like, oh, there's a clue to who the killer can be. Like it felt like, I know there's a little bit at the end where there was like little segments.
You're so right, because with Scream, it kind of gives you moments of like, oh, a little sense. When this one is just like, it's a whodunit, but there's no time for the audience to like make the puzzle, pick the pieces. It's kind of just like, this thing happened, this thing happened, this thing happened.
Yeah. And there's not one moment, like there was sketchy characters, but there was no like clues or anything that really did it for me. And even when they seemingly showed clues, I was like, how would I even have got that? Yeah. Like, this ain't no Scream 2, not Scream 2, Saw 2.
Saw 2. Yeah.
But, like, what is this? But, yeah. Okay, so here's just an overall... Did we already talk about this?
Which one? I don't know.
How there's, like, no... So, I'm about to say. How there's, like, not really any likable characters? Did we talk about this?
Yeah.
Damn.
You can talk more on it.
There's not really any likable characters. Okay, that's what I'm going to say.
No likable characters.
We did talk about this. I was a bit confused at moments. The opening I didn't love. Yeah, I think I'm nearly done with all my stuff.
I have more.
Yeah, you talk.
Utah. The teenage drama between everyone felt boring and undeveloped as more red herrings undeveloped as the more red herrings they made it left people underdeveloped because
James
of the
Bond
people.
is having a strong call the Bondulans.
because for people to be suspects, they have to be gone from scenes to be suspicious. Just some of the tension felt padded and filling. Just give an example of like, for people to be suspicious, they have to be undeveloped and out of the screen. So it makes us like, what the fuck? And like, how am I meant to care about anyone if they're not in the movie?
Yeah.
Motivation of the killer was very underwhelming and middling. The guy in the killer outfit was a much skinnier actor out of the costume, and then was much skinnier than the character out of the costume. I know it's just how it worked with the stunt doubles and actors that like.
I didn't notice that.
I noticed it and I was like, how is that going?
Maybe it's just because the cop wore like a lot of jackets, like lots of jackets. That
but I feel like that actor is kind of like built.
He's a skinny boy.
Maybe
He was a
skater
doctor
boy.
for Christ's sake.
He was a doctor.
In Grey's Anatomy.
I know it's just how it is, and like it's just that's how it is for movies. But the greed aspect felt forced, and the kids don't feel bad enough, or any of that thing to happen, of him that to be a motive. The speech he gives about greed in the dinner table felt okay, but then it's revealed it's because of the woman's death is the real reason why he did this, and because of their greed. It felt like, well, now he's mad about a bunch of stuff, and I don't really know what you want from it. Is it about capitalism, or are you angry about this woman? Just be a better cop. Okay. I don't just be a better cop and like have more scenes of the officer acting sus. I don't know. Kind of felt this movie forgettable and forgot what the real motivation was. And I feel like if I'm missing something, sorry, I didn't like it.
Bro, chill.
It's kind of like
just chill, bro.
His motivation was like, you're fucking greedy kids, and if you wouldn't have done this thing, people would have been alive, and you're greedy, you're capitalistic pigs, and I'm gonna make you watch me eat a guy. I'm like, okay. And then he takes the mask off and it's like, it's because you killed this woman. I was going to have a baby. And I was like, okay, man.
Men will literally cook a woman before going to therapy.
What they said?
Thank you. Thank you, Disembodied Voice.
Thank you, Disembodied Voice.
You're welcome.
That we specifically can see as right there.
Because the character felt so underdeveloped, but the main, I don't know.
At the end of the day, enough of this, more of this. Okay.
More brain, more thinky.
No wagging the finger.
And
more using your brain.
Dinga.
That's all I'm saying. If you can see the problem,
if you see it, speak out.
Breathe some air into the future.
It's like a liver.
I thought it was a lung.
Oh, maybe.
How about this? 2 lungs.
Make a right.
Anyway,
I don't give a shit about
let's
this
rate
movie.
it.
Let's rate it.
We've done a long review, so let's just rate it. Okay, so if you don't know, our rating system...
Do you want to do a thing where I change my camera in the meantime of you explaining the ratings?
Sure.
Because it's about to die and I don't want to die in between us.
Sure.
Talking, so you go live.
No, sit there. All right, Louis dead briefly. Don't look at that. There's nothing going over there. I'm going to tell you our rating system for our review. Basically, what we do is from the very bottom, if you don't know this, we have shit show. Is it just shit show, not crap? Okay, just shit. You're dead. So at the bottom is just shit show. And basically, shit show is just horrible, nothing redeemable. It's just an awful experience. Don't go to it. Not worth your time. Above that is Ball Snorket Out the Door. This is a movie that's like, okay, I'm sure someone might like it and it has some elements in it. But overall, it's just a boring movie, or it's just a movie that does nothing for us. It's a movie, I guess. Whatever. And then above that is Book Appointment for Disappointment. This is a movie that has a lot of elements that could work. There's some stuff that we do like. But overall, it's just something that doesn't work for us. Overall, it's just either a mess, or we just don't like the writing, or it just could have been good, but it just wasn't. And it's just disappointing. And then above that is, hey, it's fun. Look, it's a movie that, it's just fun. At the end of the day, it's enjoyable. There's maybe nothing too crazy about it. There's nothing that's going to give it all these awards, but it's a decent time, and yeah, go and watch it, I guess. And then above that is Fantastically Splendid. It's a movie that we really love. We think it's fantastic. It's not perfect, but the good is good, and the bad, yeah, it's all right. But it's overall a really good movie, strong movie. Go and see it. And then at the very top The very top is classic / masterpiece. Almost perfect, if not perfect. You know, gonna be a classic, maybe already is. It's good. See the movie. It's highly recommend. Instant buy, instant watch.
I'm so sorry.
So essentially, that's our rating system. But now to bring back Louis, here we go. Whoa! There he's back.
If you're thinking this camera looks better and we should have been using it the whole time, it ran out of battery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So now it's time for giving our ratings. So, Louis, do you want to start us off or should I?
You start off.
Okay. At the end of the day, let me tell you, it was a movie and I'm so proud of it for that. But on the same time, I just feel like, you can't just be a movie. You got to be more.
You can't just be a fun concept of it became from a trailer.
Yeah.
You have to be on its own good.
You got to make it scary. I wanted this to be, the next Halloween, the next Friday the 13th, the next Christmas. I don't think there's a Christmas horror movie called Christmas. No. There's going to be, the next holiday movie that we watch on the day of it happening. I wanted to sit down on my Thanksgiving, which doesn't happen, and watch Thanksgiving. Unfortunately, this movie was just whatever. So at the end of the day... It's a mid movie. We're very tired. This chicken, man. What's in this chicken, bro? Preservatives? Sorry, no.
Conservatives?
Conservatives in my chicken. Sorry, no.
I'm going to fucking hate editing this.
Okay, ready? So I just wanted to be more than it was. It unfortunately wasn't more than it was. So I'm going to give it...
Taste.
The thing is, I was looking forward to this movie. So it makes more sense to be a disappointment. Mm-hmm. And there are elements that I like. They're very far in between. But, it's a movie that, it can work. Will I see it again? Probs not. Probs not, guys. I don't know. It's teetering on either a high balls snog it out the door or just the disappointment. So I'm just going to give it a low disappointment. That's my review. I know maybe I'm being a little bit too nice on it. But you know what? There were moments I liked. There were some comedy moments that will stick in my brain. Yeah. But overall, it's just...
Get in the Mercedes.
It's just to get in the Mercedes.
Get in the Mercedes.
But overall, it was a movie. It was a time. So I'm going to give it a low disappointment to a hey... Disappointment Bolson will get out the door. But I wasn't bored, so I'm going to give it a disappointment. Low. Buy shirts.
I would say I would watch it again if it was put on, but I wouldn't be like, yeah, let's go watch Thanksgiving. But I don't hate it that much that I'm like, I'll never watch this movie again. I would watch it because it's not offensive or anything. It's just an okay, fine movie. Maybe I'd appreciate it on the rewatch, but on the scratch that reverse.
Yeah, I think a rewatch would do this movie good.
Yeah, maybe it'd be good. I don't know. I'd give this movie. It wasn't boring.
No.
I would give it a book appointment disappointment.
Yeah, I'm definitely not giving it a Bolson out the door because you know what, it was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen worse movies that I hate.
Yeah,
Listen,
wasn't bored.
This was a funner movie than Halloween Kills.
Yeah.
But we gave that movie. We didn't review it, but I would have given it a disappointment. So
I'll give that one I wasn't bored during the movie. I was enraged.
Anyway, I mean, it was a fine movie.
It was fine.
I give a middle book appointment for disappointment. High.
I liked Hellraiser more than this, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And before we go on, disembodied voice.
No, I have to give the answer to the last week's quiz.
Yeah, but I want to hear their review, their rating.
Oh, your review.
I want to hear their rating.
Okay.
What would you rate it, disembodied voice?
I would say it was disappointing.
Yeah.
It was a disappointment.
Yeah, book appointment for disappointment.
I thought of all the movies I've seen, it was one of them.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I would say my honest review is that I went into the movie knowing absolutely nothing, and I can honestly say that the scariest part, the biggest jump scare, was seeing Addison Rae on the screen unexpectedly.
I didn't know Addison Rae was in this. I didn't even know it was her. Leo told me just then.
That's crazy. Also, it was kind of hard to watch because I was telling Leo this. The actress who played Jessica looked like my Year 10 English teacher. So the entire time I was like, why is Miss Jafrida being brutally tortured and attacked? It was It's hard. It was hard. It was a hard watch.
So,
partially
yeah.
because I kept thinking it was my English teacher, and partially because it was boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 3 book appointments for disappointments. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
There you go. If you want a disappointment, book this appointment. Wait, no, don't. Sorry, we're not promoting this.
Do not watch this movie.
Do not watch this movie. And listen, yeah, that's great because you don't need to see this movie. You don't need to go and pay to watch this movie because it's Sorry, Spyglass. We're gonna destroy your box office. Look at us. Look what we've done. We got you good. All right, now it's the
Okay.
time that we get to. It's the quizzing time.
Yeah.
But before we get to this week's quiz, we must know the answer to last week's quiz.
Okay.
Louis.
So I looked up last week, and it gave me a different result, and I looked it up again.
Now, what was the question?
The question was, who did the bite of 87 in the FNAF lore?
And
Now,
what was my guess?
You said Bonnie,
Did
Toy
I?
Bonnie, and that
Wait,
was
wait.
the answer that I
Okay.
got last week. Toy Bonnie.
Did I say Bonnie or did I say
You said Bonnie
Jangle?
or Mangle,
Mangle?
but you said I said Bonnie.
Okay, let's say I said Bonnie. Yes.
So it is either Bonnie or Mangle. I'm 90% sure. I want it because last time I looked up, it looked pretty much it was Bonnie, but I looked it up again, and a lot of people were saying it's Mangle, but it's still not confirmed. But I'm gonna give it to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it to you
Okay.
because it's either one of them. I don't think it's Freddy. I think it was Bonnie or Mangle.
How do we
So
not
if you
know?
because I looked it up and like I saw an image of like a comic and I was like, oh, Mangle. But then a lot of people like are saying like, oh, that might not be true. And so fucking Scott Cawthon hates writing with actual answers. He just likes it's mysterious, and I'm like, fuck off. So that's how that is. But it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you got it right.
Okay, nice.
I'm gonna say Bonnie because I like that answer better than Mangle.
Well, that was last
That was last week.
week's last video's, quiz. But now we have an exciting thing. The disembodied voice is going to give both of us a question. Very exciting. So, disembodied voice, what is the question? What is it?
I have found, very excitingly, an 8-question quiz on viral TikTok sensation Addison Rae.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck. Let's do that one.
Yes. Fire, let's do it.
Quick fire.
Quick
Question
fire.
1. What year was Addison born? Was it 1995, 1999, 2000, or 2003?
Well, it's actually
2000.
shocking because
2000.
you wouldn't think what it is.
I'm gonna say 2000.
What's the options again?
1995, 1999,
99.
2000.
99.
Do you want to just do the answers now, and then we'll just not do a quiz for them to think about, and just they have to guess as well?
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
just
So,
tell us the
guys,
answer.
quickly,
Okay.
What do you think?
think in your head. Is it 19?
I want to say 2000.
2000 versus...
It seems like like she seems like a 2000 girly.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah,
23,
as
24.
2003.
No, 2000. Like.
Oh.
Did you
How-
say
yeah.
2000 is an option?
Yeah, 2000.
2000,
So
yeah.
she's
What
gonna
did you
be-
say?
She's 23. I said 2000.
I feel like 23 is going to be what it is. But you know what? I'm going to do something different. I'm going to say 1999.
It is 2000. Well done,
See,
Lou.
hey. I go to the next one.
I'm so good.
See, I said it was going to be that, but I said I'll do another one.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's too bad.
So I won as well.
I don't give a care.
No, I didn't win that. Go.
What U.S. state is Addison from? Is it New York, Louisiana, Kansas, or California?
Louisiana.
California girly.
Louisiana, 2 for 2.
All right,
I'm
that's
such
fine.
a fucking
Why are
mega
you
fan.
watching Addison Rae?
Sorry, guys, I lied. I know everything about Addison Rae.
Okay,
Who is she again?
Addison Rae stan.
go.
Question 3. Which platform is Addison famous on?
TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah, that's easy. Easy one. That was just...
I get 2
that,
points
that was
for
a, that was
no,
a
I
pity
get,
point.
I get Leo's points for that.
Which rapper wrote a song about Addison? Was it Post Malone, Cardi B, The Kid Laroi, or Lil Nas X?
The Kid Laroi.
That was a fast answer.
The Kid Laroi.
It was The Kid Laroi.
Because that's the one who seems like, because he came from TikTok.
No,
and all
that
stuff,
yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Deduction. Critical thinking.
Question 5. How many followers does Addison have? Over 1 million, over 5 million, over 15 million, or over 30 million?
15 million.
You can see the cogs in Leo's
30
phone.
million.
Correct, 30 million.
Get shit on! Get shit on! Get
stop
shit
cursing!
on!
You're peeing.
Get shit on!
The wave. It's just-
Get shit on! 30 million. Yeah, that's right.
I was gonna say 30 million, but I was like, it might,
Oh,
it
you
might be
thought-
lower.
Silence, wench.
Yeah, next
I
one.
think it might be lower than I thought, but yeah.
Next one.
Okay, question 6. What are Addison's parents' names? Is it Sherry and Monty, Tony and Barbara, Carol and Tom, or Cyril and Beryl?
B. This is the B.
What's
the second one.
What's the second
Tony and Barbara,
Tony and Barbara.
What's the first one?
Sherry and Monty.
What's the third one?
Do you want to read them out again?
Yes, I want you to read.
Sherry and Monty, Tony and Barbara, Carol and Tom, or Cyril and Beryl?
It's either first or second, but I'll go second.
I want to go with the first one.
It is the first one.
Yes,
Sherry
get
and
That
shit
sounded
on!
like
Get shit on! Yes, nice.
Bro, chill. Question 7.
Are we tied?
We're tied, aren't we?
Ooh, you got 2 more questions.
Oh, this is at the side.
One
I
of
don't know
them-
why, but I was going with the ones that were like, oh, it might be this one. It might be. I was like going with like the second choice.
Whatever.
Using
Just
your
admit that you don't know enough
enormous
about
IQ
Addison
to
Rae.
deduct. What's the right one?
Renegade.
Or deduce the right
That's
one.
what I am.
Question 7. What's the Hype House?
Oh, I know what the
Oh,
hype
yeah.
house is. Yeah.
Is it Addison's band, a group of TikTok celebs who create stuff together, a restaurant, or the name of Addison's most popular dance?
The second one. It's a group of
It's the
it's a
second
group
one.
of
Correct,
TikTokers
it
that
is.
live in the same house.
And lastly, this is the tiebreaker. What is Addison's full name?
Fuck Boyle McGee.
Is it Addison Rae Barron, Addison Rae Noel, Addison Rae Easterling, or Addison Rae Summer?
I'm gonna go with the first one.
So you've got basically, is it Barron, Noel, Easterling, or Summer?
I'll say Baron.
Easterling.
Congratulations, Leo! It's Easterling, Addison Rae Easterling. Guess we know
Delete that. I
who's
don't want that show.
guess we know who the
You
true
blur that
Addison
shit out.
Rae
What'd you do?
girlie is.
The TikTok dance.
No, I'm keeping that in, bitch. You succeed, but I edit this.
No.
I can edit that I won.
Oh.
I edit. Do a
That's
voice
right.
where you say
That's
I
right.
win.
Addison, are you watching? We're best friends. We know this.
Wasn't she like the she's all that, but he's all that?
Yes, I have seen that
Yeah.
movie.
With the guy
With
from
Matthew
Cobra Kai.
Lillard.
Was Matthew Lillard in it?
He plays the principal.
I've
the guy
I've
from-
seen that movie, and I wish I hadn't.
The guy from Cobra Kai is in it, and he has like Doritos.
It's crazy that she has a career.
No, it is.
Anyway.
No, we love Addison.
We love Addison. Addison, I hope you're proud of me. Anyway, that was the Horror Herald.
What
We
a,
hope.
what a loosey-goosey this one was. I kind of enjoyed this kind of like Lucy vibe.
Yeah, I'm surprised if a lot of you finished this video. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So basically, Thanksgiving, that was a movie.
Yep.
Yeah,
Was it giving?
No,
it wasn't giving
it
thanks.
wasn't giving thanks.
Thanks was not giving.
But just was it giving in general?
yeah.
It did give us.
Now, before we go, no, we can go now. I don't think I have much to say. I mean,
comment, and subscribe.
we don't know what the next
Hilarious.
movie is going to be. I would like for us to just have a break from new releases because I don't think there's going to be
And do
too
like
many
a
new
old
ones.
one?
And let's just get to watching some classics. You know, maybe some movies we haven't seen that have
Both
passed
of
us
us
by.
haven't seen, yeah.
Like, you know, I got the Terrifier DVDs. What if we did like a series review? You know, what if we, watch some classics? You know, there's some DVDs.
Would we just
up
do
on
like
the
a
shelf.
we'll watch a bunch and we just review a
Yeah,
bunch?
let's do something cool and interesting. What do you want to see?
What do you want to say? I really want to do here. I want to pitch a show right now. I want to do one where.
Dude, I don't know. I don't have the budget to make a show, dude.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
I'm
sorry.
not ABC.
Okay, fine. I'll limit it. It's
Okay.
one where we on one day we'd like pretend to be two lawyers and we have to debate a topic of horror and like we write a whole bunch down and we pick a thing and then like on the day and we get like a whole audience of people to like be the court and we like get like two people of like who like would be the best like submissive husband or like who would be like who is the actual hero of this movie. And like we get names from movies and we get a day and we record ourselves like during that day like
I want to
writing.
see who would be the best submissive
Yeah,
husband.
and like writing and like we film ourselves writing and pitching and like on like of like separate on our own and we edit together of like a montage of us writing it and then we make like a PowerPoint presentation and we do it like a
Yeah.
debate. I want to do that.
If you want to see that, please comment and subscribe
Yeah.
to see it.
Yeah.
Okay. See you
Anyway,
later, guys.
see you later, Skater Boy.
Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you had fun. And we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
A disembodied voice, give us a final message to lead us on.
Yeah. And I really believe that.
Yeah.
You're fired, by the way.
No.